Science Center. I welcome you sir first. And जब भी मैं भुवनेश्वर में 1 साल हुआ है, and when I talk about the space, इस space को लेकर कुछ प्रोग्राम करेंगे, तो एक ही नाम मेरे सामने आता था हमेशा, डॉक्टर भुवेंदु पटनायक। तो सरपति जी से मैंने बात किया कि how we could get him into Science Center, but it was not happened for 1 year. But I was eagerly waiting that video session will be happening in Science Center, and most of the students they are having high curiosity on space science. Today is a very special occasion, International Asteroid Day. We all are here, और आज इस विषय को, इस स्पेस साइंस के इस सब्जेक्ट को, पर्टिकुलर डोमेन को हम लोग समझने की कोशिश करेंगे। और मैं चाहूंगा कि सर इस बिग पिक्चर को, एस्टेरॉइड के साथ में स्पेस साइंस को लेके जो भी इनके डाउट्स हो, आपके मन में जो भी आपकी क्यूरियोसिटी ड्रिवन जो क्वेश्चंस हो, आप जरूर करके सामने रखें। और साथ में इस एस्टेरॉइड डे का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, इसको हमें कैसे देखना चाहिए, और आगे आने वाले चैलेंज के लिए हम सभी कैसे प्रिपेयर हो जाए। तो इसके लिए मैं चाहूंगा डॉक्टर भुवेंदु पटनायक सर का एक बार जोरदार तालियों से स्वागत करें। और साथ ही मैं चाहूंगा कि डॉक्टर अजय जैना जो IIMT फ्रॉम IIMT सर हमारे साथ में हैं, और उन्होंने ही मुझे बोला कि वी कैन हैव डॉक्टर भुवेंदु पटनायक। So thanks to you sir and for joining also for this session, and most of our viewers are also joining through Viva participant, they are online, we have with us, and online सभी viewers को भी हम बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देते हैं। और आपके जो भी प्रश्न हो आप हमें जरूर चैट बॉक्स के माध्यम से या जो भी आपके ईमेल के माध्यम से आप हम तक पहुंचाएं, कोशिश करेंगे कि उनको सर के द्वारा हम लोग सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करें। तो विदाउट टेकिंग योर टाइम सर, दिस स्टेज इज योर्स, so thank you so much, thank you.
You don't want microphone, or is audio is okay? Audio is okay. Thank you, sir. Just for your knowledge, I will share 1-2 points here. I joined Planetarium in 1990, and that time this center started just before 1 year. It started construction. Mr. Chaudhary, who is now the director, he was a very good friend of mine, and we both worked for about 2-3 years around India. Like a lot of programs we had, and that day also joined. So now it has grown up quite big, and Planetarium has also grown. So what we are talking today is a very special day. It's an International Asteroid Day. How many of you know what is asteroid? Yes, what is asteroid?
It's a heavenly body which is neither it is not a dark matter.
Okay. Any other answer? Yes.
Asteroid as a dot, not even part of any planet, or we can say of any moon. These are the remains of the solar system was forming, and there is the remains of the solar system, and we can use, and there is a theoretical question that can we use them for experiment.
What is asteroid?
Yes, sir. Asteroids are heavenly bodies which can be made up which are made up of rocks, one type of rocks, space rocks, and
You have anything else? Tell me. Any language you can.
asteroid is made of gas and rocks which was created by the Big Bang.
You know what is roughly asteroid is. So basically we'll discuss what is asteroid is, and how it is formed, and what is the impact of asteroids on Earth, and why we observe asteroid day too. So all those things I'll not speak much. I will discuss or answer your queries there. So I'll give one hint about 30 minutes or so. Then we can have questions and answers. This person must have seen it. Today is the International Asteroid Day. So every year, 30th June is observed as International Asteroid Day. Why 30th June? Why not other? Do you know any other scientific day? Like we have the asteroid day. Any other day, science day or anything? Any of you know that? Yes. Okay. On which date we date? 5th June. Any other? Yoga day. There's science day.
7th December Armed Forces Day.
There's a lot of days we observe. So there is a story behind that. So we'll discuss why, how we. So first of all, you have told a lot of things about asteroid. We thought we can define asteroid as small rocky objects that orbit the sun. That thing nobody has told. Asteroid has to be orbiting the sun. And although asteroids orbit the sun like planets, they are much smaller than planets. Very small, much smaller. Can you see how big is our Earth? Its diameter? Roughly around 7-8 feet. With which asteroid? 12,000 kilometers. But what is the size of the biggest asteroid? I'll come to that. And there are a lot of asteroids in our solar system. And most of them are confined to a particular place. That is between orbit of Mars and Jupiter. How many planets are there?
8.
And from starting from Sun, it is Mercury, Venus, Mars,
Jupiter,
Saturn, so they are most of them, about 95% of the asteroids are found in between Mars and Jupiter. But there are also other places where we can find it. So from where did we make it? That we have to go to. Somebody told about Big Bang and all those things. Big Bang was about 14.5 billion years. And our solar system, you know what the solar system, sun and planets and other bodies, that evolution process started almost 4.5 billion years. You know how long 4.5 billion. It does cloud. That universe composed of many cloud dots and started collapse. I say one thing, you can't understand me anything, you can just interrupt me and ask me. And if you want, I can tell you in Odia. Yes.
Sir, like within that cloud, so this cloud is only like named as nebula.
Yes. The clouds are called nebulas. They dust and because of this gravity is the force that attracts the everything. So because due to this gravity, this cloud started collapse. Suppose there are two bodies, they come together, they became bigger. So their gravitational force depends on the mass of the body and the distance between two bodies. So during thousands and thousands of years, and after collapsing, we have a big ball. And due to force of gravity, it collapsed, and because of high pressure, one reaction more nuclear reaction, and then that body becomes a star. Similar thing happened in our solar system, and sun became a protostar. It's not the actual star. First it became a protostar, then after carbon dioxide it became a star. And there are a lot of leftover things here. Step by step you can see this right now. It's okay. This right now. You can see it comes. All other things started rotating around the sun. The very slowly started rotating. Okay. Finally, we have this is this thing. We have sun at the center. Yes.
What is the purpose, sir?
It is a stage just before becoming a star. In proportion, its size is very big, and just thermonuclear reaction was just starting, just before that. Just before. It's a prototype. It's a pre-star, we can call it. It's a prototype. Then we have this kind of thing. This is a very pictures you have seen in your books. How many of us seen these books? So we have sun, all the planets and asteroids. As I told you, there is a lot of things, asteroids are there between Mars and Jupiter. But there are also similar kind of things here you can see outside, which is called good cloud. It's a very good cloud. It's a very far away. We know it's very at a very distant place from the sun, from where all the comets come. It's a very familiar picture, isn't it? But I would say this picture is not the right representation of our solar system. Yes.
Sir, it's not the right representation because all the planets are in a line and they will never come in a line.
They can come in a line, not never, but they can come somewhere. Only thing I want to say is the size and distance are not correctly different. We have, whenever we talk about the solar system, this picture comes into our mind. But the size is not linked. This is the top one. You can see a comparison size of all the planets. See this. The real biggest object in our solar system, which is about containing 99% of the mass of the solar system. 99%. All planets are 1% only combined. This is the planet size comparing the sun and also and there is another thing you can the picture we see very common picture, but actually these distances are not very what we have seen. If a sun is there, the Mercury is at a distance. If we take sun to our distance, which is called an astronomical unit. Have you heard about that? Astronomical unit. The distance from sun to earth is one astronomical unit, which is about 15 crores. What is it? 15 crores kilometers. So Mercury is at only 0.4 in that scale, and Venus is at 0.7, and Mars is actually 1 and Mars is 1.5, and Jupiter is 5.2 times, and Saturn is 9.6. So we can see the difference how far away they are. They're not very close to themselves. I've shown in this picture. They are all equidistant, but they are not actually. They are very far away, and there are very gaps in between. Okay. So, this is the actual real picture with respect to distance. I am showing you the real picture of distance and sizes. And the asteroids, which I told you, they are mostly in between Mars and Jupiter. And they are of very different sizes. They are rocks made up of many types of minerals and all those. This is what the picture of asteroids what we have already found, located. Since graphical representation, the bottom one, can you see the bottom one? Is about 100 meters, smaller than 100 meters. Size of the asteroid, smaller than 100 meters. There are a lot of asteroids, lakhs of numbers are there in the solar system. If you go to 100 to 300 meters, there are few. And there are 300 to 500 meters size, 500 to 1000 meters, and greater than 1000 meters. So, in this way, we can categorize this asteroid. And, these asteroids are almost more than 1 lakh we have already found out. And, to be very precise, till last month, we have we know about 12,54,000 asteroids. We have named them. There are only 20 students, you have different names, but we have named more than 12 lakhs of asteroids in our solar system. Can you imagine? And NES is a name, it is near Earth object, which is very close to Earth. Close means how close? If it is around 0.3 astronomical unit, 0.3 AU to about 0.5 astronomical units, that is we call it near Earth objects. And that also we have number then, that is about 35,000. And there are also some asteroids which are hazardous or dangerous to our what the Sakratio told initially, if something will come and fall, strike up, we will all be destroyed. So we have identified about 2,425 such bodies, 2,400 such bodies, which are called PHO, potentially hazardous objects, and which are larger than 140 meters. That is definite size has to take. It is a very smaller, it will not strike us, or it will not make any dangerous thing. So most of the PHOs are physical, potentially hazardous asteroids. We have already named them and tagged them and knew about their orbits. There are few asteroids which are I am looking, but Ceres is no more an asteroid. It has been a dwarf planet. So it is about 1,000 kilometers. 100 kilometer is given in a small size. It's about 1,000 kilometers in diameter. There are a few big asteroids, but those asteroids will never come to our Earth or near the Earth. They are not potentially hazardous. So I told you about 15, 12 lakhs asteroids we have already identified. These are the and we have categorized these asteroids. See, asteroid can rotate any other way. I said, I told you initially that most of them are between Mars and Jupiter, but they are also very close to the Earth also, and we have named it. Amor is a near Earth object. Like the orange one is the Sun, blue line is our Earth orbit. So, and black is the orbit of an asteroid. So, if an orbit is like this, it's just outside Earth's orbit, we call it Arbor asteroid, a near Earth object that orbits entirely outside the Earth's orbit. Then we call it Apollo orbit. Apollo orbit is the near Earth object across the Earth orbit, which crosses the Earth orbit. Similarly, Aten is another orbit which is a little bit elliptical. And we have also some asteroids, few asteroids, which rotates inside our Earth orbit. The four kind of orbits, and this red one in the top is the orbit of the Mars. So to classify them as the potential hazardous, it has to be the near Earth object has to be in Apollo or Aten orbit. That means this and this, these two. It has to cross the orbit of the Earth or inside this orbit. So in this way, there is a possibility of striking our Earth. And as far as JPL, that is NASA's NASA's one department, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, they have categorized right now 2,425 such asteroids which has potentially dangerous threat to our Earth. And we are observing them regularly. We have predicted their path and we have given a lot of name. And this is one picture which is striking of asteroid in our. Have you seen this kind of? Whenever whenever the asteroid comes, it is attracted by Earth's gravity and strikes the Earth very far. Have you seen a shooting star? How many of you have seen shooting stars? What are shooting stars? You tell? What is shooting star? Stars. You know how big the star is. Stars are very big. It's not stars. Yes.
Meteors in the atmosphere, which are just coming towards Earth, but they don't come. They just pass away through the near the atmosphere.
Near the atmosphere. Yes, you want to say?
And when we see them on the sky, when we see them, we are kind of word for them that is shooting. But it's not.
Okay, listen. Yes. Anything else you want to tell?
We call it the shooting star is mostly a meteor which enters the Earth's atmosphere but never reaches the ground, as it burns up before it actually touches the ground. Sometimes
Okay. Say, what is a meteor then?
but it mostly is composed of metals and debris in space, which sometimes
Is there any difference between meteor and asteroid?
So she wants to answer.
Yes.
Which when enters the Earth's atmosphere, it burns and makes one as meteors. Then asteroids are basically the parts of planets or stars or etc. Whereas meteoroid is part of one of the asteroids. Like when compared to the size, meteoroids are smaller than asteroids.
Okay. Yes, you have anything you want to add?
Sir, like meteors come near the Earth. Actually, meteors doesn't burn, but when it touches the atmosphere, the surface of the meteor and the surface of the air layer, like they touch each other and they give a like fire-like thing, and that's why we see the shooting stars. But really, that like
Okay,
meteors doesn't
Okay,
even burn.
Okay. I'll just explain. There are a few terms that can come with asteroid, meteorite, and meteor. So, suppose I rub my hand. What will happen? What will you rub your hand? It will hot. Similarly, when a body or a stone enters our atmosphere is a little thicker. And it enters at a very high speed. So, due to friction, it gets burnt. Every day we are thousands of meteors are entering our atmosphere. 99%, more than 99% of these meteors are getting burnt in our atmosphere. Suppose there is a big meteor or a big asteroid comes and enters our atmosphere. If it is very bigger, it will not burn up completely and it will strike our Earth. And if there is a strike, it will form like a big hole. Have you seen the picture of moon? Full of craters. These craters were formed by striking of meteorites or asteroids. Asteroids are little bigger, we can say, in compared to meteorites. But as one somebody told, it is not having a specific orbit around the sun. But asteroids are having a specific orbit. We can predict their orbits. That is the threat meteor. So we have this kind of things few places in our Earth, and that is believed to be because of meteorite strike. But yeah, about maybe 20 years before, there are some meteorites fall near Kendrapada in Odisha. So we can collect those meteorites also. That they're not almost 99% they burn down, but few smaller pieces also fall to the ground also. So this is what happened about 115 years before. This is a place in Russia. Can you name that place? No? There is a very big meteorite strike on 30th June, about 115 years before, and it burnt up about 10 kilometers of square kilometers of forest instantly. People saw those things, but luckily no human casualty was there. This happened on this date about 115 years before. Its place name is Tunguska. In Russia. Tunguska event they call it. Tunguska, there is a river, but this jungle is Tunguska forest, you can see. And this happened instantly, burnt out. And there are a lot of pictures you can find out in the internet also. And to commemorate this day, to remember this day, because striking of asteroid or a big object will definitely can destroy us. You must have, from 2016, we are observing the International Asteroid Day on this day, approved by UN, UNESCO, and that we have observing this International Asteroid Day. So now I will just before just show you another picture. These are we believe that there are dinosaurs there, and few thousand years before, because of one big asteroid strike, they all died. Must have. Pardon? Okay. Do you know how big is this this here? Please tell. Okay. I'll just give you one rough estimate. Suppose there is a 100-meter size asteroid. It it will have an impact of 1.2 kilometers. And how frequently it will come? This is the years. See, in 5,000 years, we'll have 100-meter size strike with our arm. And it can destroy. It can have only impact of 1.2 kilometers. Well, that means a smaller portion of Bhubaneswar, you can see. 1 kilometer is big. Bhubaneswar is very big. So it will have impact on about 1.2. But as you go down, there is 1,000-meter size crater, which can have a 13-meter radius. That means entire Bhubaneswar can be destroyed, and from that we need a size of 1,000 meter or 1 kilometer size asteroid to strike. But that will happen in 4 lakh years. That size of asteroid hitting Earth is very less, because 4 lakh years. And the size that destroyed that stroke and the dinosaur died was about 10 kilometers. That means 10,000 meters. And its probability is more than 40 lakhs, once in 40 lakh years. So don't worry for that. It's a very long time. And, striking of asteroid will definitely destroy Earth, or can our planets can be destroyed for that. So to prevent those, how can we prevent those things? We can avoid all those things. Striking may happen someday. There is a prediction that in 2029, a small asteroid, about 200 feet, may try. Yes. Malika. What is there in Malika?
That there is a 8 lakh kilometer coronal hole found in the sun in the 2023 December.
See, there are a lot of predictions. There are a lot of, I mean, not in Odisha or India, but internationally, there are a lot of predictions that went wrong. It was said that in 2012, the earth will be completely destroyed. At that, so those have been predicted, or those have been wrongly predicted and proved to be wrong. So don't worry about those predictions. These are scientific predictions that I told you. Already we have a catalog of named more than 12 lakhs asteroids, and we are following their paths and correctly predicted their orbits. Okay. Another interesting thing I want to tell you: how do they say that this is the asteroid and this may come, and how do they find out? Even 3 days back, one new asteroid was found and named. So how do the scientists do that? That's a very interesting thing. And students are helping them to find out the asteroids also. One of our from Odisha, one governor, last 2 years before, he found an asteroid, and asteroid is named after her name. So if you want, you can also find a asteroid, and it will be named after your name. How many of you will be interested for that? Very simple way, but you have to work hard. How do they find out? You have picture and just any idea? Pardon? No criteria. I will tell you. No criteria. Yes. How do they find? You have any idea? With the help of telescope, definitely. But they are doing. How they are doing? I will just tell you. Like you are all sitting here. Okay. I'll take a photo. No, I'll just say. Suppose all you are sitting here, I take a photograph. So I know each of you, your position, that photograph says. So somebody like after 10 minutes say, he went away, some other people come and sit here or shoot. Then I take a photograph. Then I want to match that. So I can say that this boy has gone, somebody else has come here. So similarly, what the scientists are doing, they have taken the picture of whole sky in smaller portions. The position of background stars are always fixed. Asteroids are very relatively nearer to us. If something is going in between or passing in between, they are taking photographs in regular intervals and matching those photographs. Okay, that thing has those things are now being done with computer levels. And few of the students who are interested, you have access to all these photographs in the internet. So you take a particular area. Every day you study, maybe there are 20, 30, 40 photographs of that particular area. You try to match. If you find something strange or interesting or new thing in that, suppose there are 10 stars in initial photograph, you find a 11th star. So you just have to report to some agency. There are like NASA and ESO and other things. You have to report that I had in such area, I had found a new thing. So they will take up the work and they will try to observe that new thing. And if that is found to be asteroid or comet or anything, that will be named after you, whoever has reported it. So for that, sometimes people do it physically also. Like they have telescopes. You have a photograph, okay, particular area, you observe that particular area through telescope and you found something moving, something strange. That you have to report. There are a lot of things. If you have a good telescope, you can find out. Or you have, like now you can say it e-telescopes. The photographs, what are being taken by different telescopes of different areas are now available in internet or in some database. And there are telescopes which are beyond our atmosphere. They are taking regular photographs of regular. Hubble telescope is not doing this, but there are for this detection there are other kind of telescopes. So that way you can involve yourself and if you are interested. And one girl from with telescope there, they conduct also regular workshop on that sometimes. So how to find out? These are very interesting things. If you go higher, you can do that. Okay. How to protect ourselves from such kind of hazards and all those things? Is there any way? Suppose we say that this he is coming towards us. How to save our earth? Yes.
Missile towards it and destroy it.
You can see the missile and destroy it. Yes. Anything else you can do? Okay. All of you must have playing cricket. सब लोग खेलते हैं. Suppose you are batting, a bouncer comes. You know what is a bouncer? That will hit your face. What will you do? You will duck, deflect. You will duck, or you can just hook it. Similarly, suppose an asteroid is coming, so we can do two things. We can deflect its path, or we can block it there, and or we can move. But we can move our earth. Can we? See, I'll just show you something. Now we'll discuss what can we do. So there is a mission by NASA that is maybe it is in 6-7 years ago. When they first sent one spacecraft and that collided with one comet. Comet is also some object which can hit also Earth. So that experiment has been done and that was successful. But recently there are a few other experiments. Like those, what they did is, this is a spacecraft, Osiris RAX. Have you heard about this? Its initial year was, it went to one asteroid, collect some sample, came back to Earth, drop it, and again went to another asteroid for collecting some sample, for starting those things. And this, there was another mission, and we said deflected. Actually, how do we deflect? It's a very big thing, but our are very small things. So there are 2-3 ways to deflect those things. Like we can strike it with a very high speed. Secondly, they had devised another method, and they have been successful. See, suppose this is the one asteroid. So they will send the vehicle or a spacecraft. It will just remain over that particular area, so that due to gravity, it will pull towards this little upper. So if you are a very long distance, you can do it at very long distance. Even if we sink by 2-3 meters, it will cross Earth by 1 lakh or 2 kilometers, 2 lakhs kilometers. So that is the one method they can do. Or they can destroy an asteroid is very big, I mean very difficult, because you have to have one bomb. So they have to little bit deflect it before that very long distance. So that experiment we have done successfully to that's it. So that experiment we have done successfully. So there are a lot of interesting things about asteroids I want to share you, but you can find a lot of things about asteroids in the internet also. There are millions of asteroids in our solar system that already I have told you. Some asteroids claim moons of planets also, like Mars. And there are some asteroids also revolving around Jupiter also because of their gravitational pulls. And asteroids can have moons and rings. This is a very interesting thing. Like our Earth, there are few asteroids were found. Few moons are moving around themselves also. Those are few things. asteroids are all very odd shaped, you know that, and very size from 2 meters. It's like this big to 1,000 meters in size. And few asteroids are rich in minerals. They compose manganese, iron, and all those things. And now we are thinking of this. Maybe, but not true, because the asteroids are very small. We have in our Earth, we have water, 3/4 portion is water. So what water is evolved from our here only. But yes,
Asteroids have a very powerful magnetic field. If you make a very powerful magnet, you can keep them away from the Earth.
yes, but not that magnificent, not that much. But we can find out ways. Scientists are now working on that. They will definitely find out ways to do that. And asteroids are very rich in minerals. And some asteroids have also waters. So this is what I wanted to tell you, but we can take some questions rather. And anything else you want to know, you can ask me regarding space or space time. So this is the day when that Tunguska day happened. That is why we are here today. We are observing the International Asteroid Day. And if you are interested, you can move on to find out an asteroid. There are a lot of ways. We can discuss if you want sometimes later also. Also, thanks very much for present hearing. And if you have any questions related to space science, we have 10 to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or anything asteroid. Yes. No. Ring of Saturn is also similar to asteroids. They contain ice, small stones, dust, all those things. And it is believed that one of the moons of asteroid got destroyed and it became its ring. But it's not confirmed one. But asteroids are different, and rings, composition of the rings of moon is something different. See, there are two theories. One of the theories that one of the satellite got broken, soft satellite, you can say, and it became its rings. Others say that those are the materials, that leftover materials during the formation of the satellite. So that is two things. Yes.
So that the gravitation force of Jupiter, it can sometimes protect Earth from like incoming asteroids. It can due to the asteroid belt, it helps the asteroid to be in control and steer from Earth. But as you said, some of them can escape it and enter the Earth. So in what conditions is it possible for an asteroid to escape its emissions of the gravitation?
See, please. As I told you, the asteroid, most of the asteroids are between Mars and Jupiter, but few are beyond that path also, about 5%. Those asteroids can come towards our and sometimes what happens, the alignment of planets becomes so, like suppose one side there is Mars and Earth, every year, 2 years they become in one direction. So that the one of the asteroid can be attracted, and if Jupiter is in the opposite side. So during that time, some may escape from that. So that yes. Yes. Asteroid line already have made that say CREA that had landed and collected samples and come back to. Yes. Huh? Don't.
When the asteroid hit the Earth, it was smaller in size than Earth. How can it destroy the whole dinosaur?
Very good. See, its size was about 10 kilometers, they predicted. And what happened is that when it struck Earth, a lot of material went up, like explosion. And due to because of some dust and other things, cold is came. That remained there for 1,000 of years. So no sunlight can come to the Earth. It became a cold days. And due to this cold day, most of the dinosaurs and other living things died. Yes, ice they became. Okay, please. Yeah, Jupiter is having more asteroid site than Earth because it has more gravitational power, and it has very less solid core, solid area. Most of it is a gas. Whenever any asteroid enters Jupiter, and the Jupiter's atmosphere is very thick, it gets burnt up in the atmosphere. Until now, we have not, but we have gone very close to our Jupiter's atmosphere. We have, if you try to enter it, it will burn up. So we have not done that yet.
Some people say that dinosaurs evolved into some animals that we are seeing today, like lizards and crocodiles.
Maybe, but there's a process of evolution. I don't know dinosaurs evolved to crocodile or also, but because of evolution process, small different animals went up. The stages was because due to Darwin, in Darwin theory they explain that. I'm not very sure. But can check it. Please, somebody new should answer. I'll come back to you, please. Yes. Asteroid composition are very different. Asteroid has different composition. Like most of them, about 80% contains nickel and iron. So, and some fewer phosphorus, even silica. All those things are there. Yes. Asteroid. See, there are many asteroids are there. Few of them could strike Earth. Like this is a photograph I showed you. There is in Arizona, there is a place where, even in India, in Haryana, they call it, there is a Lona Sarovar. That is, they believe it is a strike of asteroid also. Yes.
Classify different types of asteroids on the basis of the composition.
There are few kinds of classifications. The C type, S type. C means most of them containing carbons and all of them. I don't have the details of that, but you can go through. There are 4 classifications as far as I know: C, S, S1, and S2 or something like that. So they classify, and because of their contents. Yes.
Very important for us to do space exploration.
I can get you.
So, of the asteroid composition, will we
But is it always things are coming this thing? But we see the shooting stars going like this. Never see stars like this. Have you? Can anybody give me the answer? Yes, please. You agree with me that all the craters in the moon are circular? Or should I show a picture of moon? You must have seen. All are circular. So it may happen that some material may come like this in an angle. We have never seen a. Yes. Think of. You are a little smaller for that, but still think of. Yes. See, all the materials or asteroid, whatever falls to Earth or Moon, it falls with a very high speed, high velocity. So it has some kinetic energy. You know what is kinetic energy? The faster it moves, the higher is the kinetic energy. The speed has to be more than its escape velocity. So whenever it strikes the total kinetic energy is transferred to that body. It's, and it destroys, it explodes, that asteroid or explodes. Whenever the explosion happens, it goes in all directions. Even if it strikes in a angular direction, it goes in same direction, so it becomes circular. So there is a critical speed after which it is independent of angle of strike. If striking at a 90 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, it will make a circular. And that was very confusing for the scientists for many years. Why this is happening? And they never found anything in that crater. Even if in Earth they try to locate if something like if something will be there inside the crater, but they try to find out that, but they never found. So then they calculated and they said that it's very independent of angle of or angle of it will make circular if it is at a very high speed. Except only if the angle is very small, like 1 degree or 2 degrees. So that's why we are seeing circular craters everywhere. It's a critical speed after which it will become circular. That means the kinetic energy is more than the binding energy of that particular. Disintegrates totally. It explodes. Is any other questions? See, that I told you there are 12 lakhs asteroids. They have cataloged how they name it. They are named by a number. First thing is that suppose it is found in January 23rd. So it will has a number. It will have a number, year, and month, and number. Suppose there are 3 asteroids discovered in the month of January. So first one will be 1, second one will be 2, third will be 3. So in this way they number each and every asteroid, and they once somebody reported one asteroid is seen, it will be observed by many organizations like NASA, ISRO, thousands of organizations. They will try to follow them, and they will predict one path. So once a path is predicted or calculated, it's very easy to locate them, and that will be there for something. So that is why they never go inside of the. And they can calculate. Like suppose one asteroid is here today, and its rotation period is maybe 1500 years. So then they will say that after 1500 it will come back. Yes. Which one is the asteroid, which one is comet, and
Not that. You told that even give the asteroid. Then how do they recognize this asteroid?
they predict their characteristics, like their orbit, how long they are moving, taking to move around the sun, what is their path. They follow those things. They are computerized and they follow those things. And if you go to a site that is asteroid paths or something, you Google search. They will show, they will give you one window where if you give the suppose the name of the asteroid, it will immediately show your orbits, what is the when it will come, whether it will hit or not, everything. So all the asteroids are named. So you can search it in the internet also. Yes, let them come there.
How does the only 13-kilometer diameter asteroid cover the whole Earth?
No, that is not, never covered the whole Earth. Its diameter will be 10 times, about 130 kilometers. Okay, so 130 kilometer material went down, dust and all those. And it is sprayed by with atmosphere. Throughout all the atmosphere, it covered the whole world. So that is why ISIS came. Yes, Europe has a solid Europe. Europe has ice, lot of ice on it. Not necessarily. Life, water is an essential component for life. That does not mean that if we have water, we will have life. Might be, there's a question mark that has to be explored. We need air also for life, and if it is in solid form, it will be very difficult to have life there. Or if it is water in solid form, yes.
What is the name of the largest asteroid?
Largest asteroid that is Vista. Initially, it was Ceres, but now Ceres is a dwarf planet.
Because they contain rare elements like gold, nickel, and other elements.
That is a theoretical question, we can say. Mining, can we do, but the cost of the material will be very high. Till now, it is not possible, but it's feasible, I would say. But that is a long dream, maybe after 100 years. Yes. Which is that? Question. I'm not sure. I have not heard. Sir, କେତେବେଳେ ସରି ଆପଣ କହିବେ
ଏବେ ତାକୁ problem
ହଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି ଆପଣ କହିବେ ଯୋଉଠି stop କହିଲେ continue. We can end. Okay, one or two questions who are going to take. Yes. Which asteroid? Oldest, all asteroids are maybe part of the 4.5 billion years old. But some few are maybe old, I'm not very sure. The first discovered asteroid was Ceres, we can say. That, but that is not.
Who discovered?
Yes, please.
Does it happen sometimes that the asteroids from other solar systems come to our solar system?
Solar, see, how, you can imagine how I showed you a picture of that direction. The next star, next star is about, which is the nearest star apart from Sun? Yes, how far it is?
It's 4.3 light years.
4.3 light years away. What is light year then? Distance traveled by light in 1 year. The speed of light is 3 lakh kilometer per second. So you multiply 3 lakh into 60 into 60 into 24 into 365. kilometer distance. So those are those parts. So our gravitational pull is nil. So we can't pull. So what is the maximum distance sun can travel? Or is there any point? Have you ever heard about a point called Lagrange point? No. Recently there was a very Aditya L1 has placed it there.
Like it is the neutral point where the satellite is standing. Neither the sun can attract it or neither
The gravitational pull of both the things balance each other.
neutral.
Neutral. So that is about 15 lakhs kilometer from Earth. So there our Earth's gravitational pull is almost zero. So this we can pull from so long.
And the sun can't also pull it through.
Okay, last question, last two questions.
Sir, how many asteroid belts are there in our solar system?
Belt is one, we can see. That is between Mars and Earth. But there are asteroids in other places also.
Is there Earth and Mars have asteroid belt?
No, it is between Mars and Jupiter. Okay. Asteroid belt.
But why?
See, that is the area where the planet could not evolve. See, planets are evolved like Mercury, Mars, and they started rotating in sun. So that there are two theories again. Some scientists believe that the planet there should have been a planet as per calculation, but it could not evolve. And others believe that there was a planet and it got broken up and became asteroids, and they are rotating in that space.
Come and hit the Mars or Jupiter, it will be some damage on Jupiter, or it will become small and
Jupiter,
Mars planet.
no, Mars can have effect because Mars is little smaller. If a big asteroid hits Mars, there is a disturbance or mass can. But Jupiter will be there. Nothing will happen to Jupiter. And recent means about 15 years before there was a comet hit Jupiter, and Jupiter's gravitational pull is so much that it broke into 23 parts before there is Shoemaker-Levy time. Okay, last question.
The one is sent to the that point because at that point the Earth and it balances because the sun and because of the sun's and Earth's gravitational pull. So there will be not means not much will be used.
Yes, that is one point, and that is the point where there will be no eclipse of the sun because Earth will never come in front of that Aditya line, so that it can observe our sun for continuously for 24 hours a day, 365 days. Okay, last question. Okay.
सारे planets asteroids को खींचते हैं. Asteroids.
सारे चीज को खींचते हैं, ठीक है. सारे चीज है, तुम हमको खींचते हैं, हम भी आपको खींचते हैं, लेकिन वो निर्भर करता है आपका मास कितना है, मेरा मास कितना है, और हाँ डिस्टेंस कितना है. तो जितने दूर होगा वो खींचना इतना कम हो जाएगा. तो सारे प्लैनेट्स खींचते हैं, पर ये इतना कम है कि वो नहीं आ पाते. नहीं तो हर रोज जाके एक एस्टेरॉयड है. थैंक यू वेरी मच. ओके, विल कंप्लीट द टाइम इज देयर. सब
I think we all should give him a huge round of applause. You have not asked the question. So you have not asked, but I have seen mostly every one of you have asked the questions and you nicely explained, sir. And it's so difficult even to cater so many questions in such a short time. Students are also very well prepared to ask the questions. So thank you so much, sir, for giving a glimpse about this wonderful subject on space science. What is asteroid, meteoroid, what are the difference in moment, what composition, so many things to discuss. And I think your questions are still not yet completed, I know. And whatever next doubt you have, you can just email to us. We will try to organize such sessions on frequent basis. And next time, whenever we will call such kind of personality with us, we will take your prior questions so that you will get your answer well in time. So thank you so much on behalf of Regional Science Center. You have covered such a wonderful section on this occasion. And I also, sir, please have a seat. And just okay. And yes, we also have with us Dr. Vikas Jaina with us, and he's from very near institute IIMC with us. He's a scientist there, senior scientist, and since this institution is doing a well-established research on material science, minerals, and Odisha, as we know, is full of minerals. And today's subject also covered a lot of asteroids is having minerals and valuables. So, sir, can you please discuss just 5-10 minutes of your expertise and tell something about these minerals and what can be learned from them?
Yeah, so I think actually we thought the Institute of Minerals and Technology. Have you ever visited to the institute? So with the visited there? Have you visited to Institute of Minerals and Technology? So there we are working on minerals and materials. Like minerals will be there, some mineral out of the material of the minerals. Okay. So you have some good questions like whether it is useful to collect the mineral after. When we are doing the mining, we have to do some economic process. Yes, sir. Like suppose we want to get the iron. So iron will be there, a lot of ores will be there. So from the ores we have to do a lot of processing. From there we get the iron. Suppose you can see, that is some trees also there. They have also content of iron. Is it economically to get the iron from the plant? It is never possible. Because think about how economically we will do. For example, in your mobile also, you are using a lot of elements. Like rare earth elements and platinum group of elements, gold will be there. A lot of valuable elements will be there. So we are also collecting and getting some of the valuable elements from the ores, like platinum group of elements, which are made from ore. You understand, I think 100 kg of your ore can be produced from 100 milligrams of your platinum group of elements. That means you understand how much energy you have to consume to get that material. So that's why, so how much cost you have to add to that so that it gets far loss, it is important. But if you can use a mobile, it will ask, you can afford to do this. That's what are the components you are using, what are the ingredients there. So that should be economically processed. In that context, okay, time will come, so you can have some that type of technology, you can easily collect the mineral from the asteroid, then we can go for that. However, in our art, we have a lot of minerals are there. Even if we are going to sky, now in our CSR, we are also working how to go for deep ocean mining. We have deep ocean mining. We are going to ocean inside the ocean. And so there also we are collecting a lot of minerals. We are digging into the ocean. There are a lot of things to do there, like your manganese, cobalt, nickel. Yeah, that is there. Not don't worry about asteroid, but we have like natural resources are there. Naturally deposited is there. So from there also we are. If we will not get, then we need to develop to get a collect. Okay. So I will request all of you because of time, and also we have some program like teachers program. That is the interaction of scientists with the students. So that process, you can talk to your school, you can write a letter to our institute, you can come to our institute there, you can move around, and you can see what are the research going on in the minerals and materials. And then you can see there is a global people. So they are also organizing some kind of scientific awareness program. That means they are also helping with the students. How the students will go to the research institute, contact the expert like sir, we also tell them to have like many scientists, many faculty they can come to the school or they can go to some there. So that we can discuss about the Indian science, what the future science will be there, some kind of awareness programs will be there. No, we are materials, like metallurgy, material, it can be a combination of both, material chemistry, physics, material engineering, and the different kind of sections are there. Okay, it's a great pleasure to meet all of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for giving this a brief introduction, and thank you all of you for joining this session. Thank you so much. We having this. So can we start now?
Yeah, you can.